Bonjour, messieurs et mesdames. Je m'appelle Graham Pendlebury et je suis chef des transports locaux au ministère des Transports du Royaume-Uni. C'est un honneur et plaisir de donner mon présentation ici aujourd'hui. Ce sommet est un événement très prestigieux, mais maintenant je dois parler en anglais, s'il vous plaît. Et j'espère que ce sera facile pour vous de comprendre avec l'assistance des traducteurs. Merci. I'll say that again in case I messed it up. I'm Graham Pendlebury. I'm Head of Local Transport in the Department for Transport of the United Kingdom Government. I'm also the United Kingdom First Delegate to the World Road Association, or PPRS, as it's perhaps more commonly known. I will explain how the management and maintenance of roads is done within the UK, to explain the importance of good collaboration and sharing of best practice, and of course how it is vital to have a good asset management strategy and policy in place to provide the best service to road users. I'll also highlight how funding for maintenance is allocated and how we're looking at new ways to maintain and understand our assets through the use of technology and innovation. And finally, as you know, it's important that authorities and operators know and understand their asset, and the use of data and good quality data is imperative to help maintain and preserve our roads. So roads, as we all know, make a crucial contribution to economic development and bring important social benefits. In addition, by providing access to employment, social, health and education services, the road network is crucial in helping communities and individuals who feel they've been abandoned in the modern globalized world. And for these reasons, road infrastructure, and in particular local road infrastructure, is the most important of all public assets. These assets include all aspects of the highway network, including structures, footways, drainage, street lighting, as well as carriageways or the pavement. The management of our roads falls under the four constituent parts of the UK: England, Scotland, Wales and Northern Ireland. And in England, the strategic road network is about 4,300 miles long, made up of motorways and trunk roads, the most significant Category A roads, and these are managed by Highways England, which is a government-owned company. All the other roads in England are managed by local authorities. The roads in Scotland, Northern Ireland and Wales are devolved, and the responsibility of the roads in those areas belongs with the devolved administrations. Strategic roads network is only about 2% of all the roads in England by length, and I've heard similar figures from other speakers, but it carries about a third of all traffic by mileage. 2/3 of all heavy goods vehicles mileage in England is undertaken on the strategic roads network. But the remaining 98% of roads in England are the responsibility of 153 local highway authorities, of whom 34 are in London, including Transport for London. Jumped too far. Funding for local road maintenance in England, except London, is supported by central government through both capital and revenue grants, but it's for the local authorities to determine how the funding is used. It's also for each local authority to set its own policy and strategy based on its needs and priorities in accordance with its asset management strategy. In certain areas, the council then tasks its contractor to deliver the day-to-day management and maintenance of the road network. The major tasks which local authorities perform are highways inspections, surface dressing, resurfacing, patching, general purpose maintenance, bridge repairs, maintaining road records, lighting improvements, and so on. And the Highway Authority will also plan and coordinate roadworks and all other works on the highway, for example, undertaken by utility companies like energy, water, and communications. And other key tasks that they are responsible for include temporary road closures, pavements, drainage, verge cutting, repairing potholes, winter gritting, snow clearance. There's a variety of highways authorities all doing different things in different ways. Some of them deliver services in-house. Most of them work very closely with the private sector. Now, of course, with 153 highway authorities in England, all with broadly the same remit, but with potentially many different ways of achieving their goals and objectives, it's vital that knowledge, expertise, and experience are pooled and shared. After all, what's the point in less efficient practice being duplicated or keeping best practice to ourselves when we can all learn from each other for the greater good and for wider advantage? This sharing of knowledge and expertise is all part of good asset management that will enable all stakeholders, both local highway authorities and road users alike, to benefit. And that's why there's a collaborative process in the UK where highways authorities, through what's called the Connect and Share initiative, can spread good practice and benchmark throughout the country. They can form alliances to help improve performance and to grow their network. It's only through this type of collaboration and sharing best practice that greater efficiencies can be achieved and the benefits shared by everybody. Some of this sharing is very direct through joint procurement initiatives. But information sharing is equally important, whereby authorities discuss how each of them is tackling issues such as improving understanding of the road condition, analysis of deterioration modelling, climate change issues, and so forth. The Department for Transport, for whom I work, also cooperates across the United Kingdom through something called the UK Roads Liaison Group, which I have the honour to chair. And now this group brings together national and local government from across the UK, so from across Scotland, Wales, Northern Ireland, London, and elsewhere. The main aims of the group are twofold: to support highway infrastructure, engineering and operational matters, and to develop and disseminate guidance and advice on strategic issues concerning the policy and management of highways assets. And the UK Roads Liaison Group has 4 core values, which I'll just briefly share with you. They're firstly to be customer focused in terms of both highway professionals and all road users, and to understand and respect their needs. Secondly, to be open, objective and impartial. Thirdly, to be collaborative and to work closely with other sector organisations on all highway infrastructure assets, for example with our railway colleagues, where the rail and the road networks may intersect. And finally, to help the sector learn lessons and improve the overall resilience of the transport network. Of course, internationally, we're working closely with PRC, and some of the collaborative work will help all countries to maintain and manage their highways assets. And like other countries, we have a national committee that helps to frame our involvement with PRC. Now, we all know that asset management is a well-established discipline to help organisations manage their physical assets. And it's clear that those who've adopted the principles of asset management can demonstrate the benefits. Benefits in terms of financial efficiencies, improved accountability and stewardship of the asset, better value for money, and improved customer service. And to have effective asset management, you need to be focused. You need to be committed, you need to have good information systems, you need to understand the assets that you have. And good asset management requires a thorough examination of what you're doing, what you're managing, what the condition of the asset is, what you want to get out of your assets, and how well you are serving your customers. So it requires a multidisciplinary approach. blending economic skills and engineering skills to work effectively across boundaries within your organisations. It's also about having finance teams and planning colleagues talking to the highways departments and all working in sync with each other. Fortunately, the tools of our information age help us to coordinate and cooperate more easily than we could in the past. This makes it easier for us to adapt and embrace the concepts of asset management. And in the UK, there have been a number of reports, including a parliamentary report published in 2016, which highlights the importance of having an up-to-date asset management strategy. Highways authorities in England are therefore able to demonstrate that they're making the best use of their highways assets and maintaining them at the right time through having a comprehensive asset management plan in place. So the money, which we've all heard about, well, in England, we're providing over £6 billion, or that's just under 7 billion euros, to highway authorities for maintaining their roads. So this is money for maintenance only. And this is from 2015 to 2021. Does not include London, as I've said, where local road maintenance is funded by the Mayor of London, so there's additional money for London. We provide the main funding using a formula which is based on the assets which each authority is responsible for. And we also have a dedicated fund to help repair potholes or to stop them forming. But in addition, we've made an element of the funding that we allocate to highways authorities in England on an incentivised basis to encourage good practice and encourage others who are not currently doing so to adopt similar measures when they plan and undertake their maintenance service. So in other words, the better your asset management systems, the more government money that you'll get from my department. Through the incentive element, we've seen a marked increase in the number of authorities who are following best practice, adopting good asset management and adopting efficient ways of working. Finally, for my last 2 or 3 minutes, I'm going to talk about innovation and technology, because of course efficiency and good practice is only part of the picture. As new technologies and innovations come forward, including using sensors, data, and artificial intelligence, this will change how we do things in all sorts of areas. So it's clear that innovation and technology should play an important part in how we undertake highways maintenance in the future. The opportunities are many and varied, from the implications of autonomous vehicles on our highways infrastructure, to the use of new materials that may be able to prevent potholes from forming, to the use of drones that may enable quicker assessment of flood damage to roads or become a useful tool for asset inspections. The possibilities are huge. The department is keen to explore this further with the highway sector to see how we use innovation and technology to manage our maintenance service. And I'd be happy to explain outside the meeting any of the innovations that are illustrated on this slide if anybody is interested. The department's already undertaking trials, such as the pothole spotter, for example, working with a number of local authorities where high-definition cameras have been fitted to refuse collection lorries and other vehicles to monitor the condition of the road. This offers the benefit of harvesting data on road condition to prevent potholes without having to send out a dedicated vehicle. So, for example, the refuse collection lorries provide comprehensive coverage of local road networks. And the pothole spotter trial recently won an award for the best use of new technology in the highways industry. It's just one example of how the sector is open to new ideas and how we can all work smarter. So, like everybody here today, the UK wants to see an improvement in the condition of the nation's roads, including local roads and associated local highway infrastructure, so that all road users can benefit. Thank you very much for listening.
Merci. Nous pouvons prendre 2-3 questions.
Oh.
L'exposé était trop bon. Merci, Monsieur Pendlebury.
Thank you.
Est-ce que Monsieur Vertedorf peut venir? Merci, Monsieur.
¿Dónde voy?